Hey, what's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Brandon Berg. Oh man, just finally getting back home. Had a very tough day. Going to probably have many more tough days. I definitely want to just get on here. The Supreme Court. And I ain't gonna lie, man. The Supreme Court really been making a lot of decisions lately. Really in favor of Trump in a way. But they actually ruled in favor of the Trump administration. They are going to allow him to allocate, I think 1.9. It's between 1.5 and maybe 2.5 billion dollars to the construction of the wall built on the southern border of the United States and connection to Mexico. Basically, man, like I said, the ploy of the Supreme Court is pretty much a 5-4 conservative base majority. And just think about it. If he's reelected to 20, there's a possibility he could maybe elect another Supreme Court nominee. And how things are going with the Democrat. Because let's just face it, like even I said it in previous video, the Democrats really fracturing. It's fracturing. There's no solidarity. Even with they're talking about the impeachment. Now, exonerated, really nobody ever truly get exonerated. It's kind of like you're guilty. If you're non-guilty, it's pretty much just a deliverance of a non-guilty verdict, but it's not a complete exoneration. If that was like nobody never in the history of courts and stuff ever been exonerated. So exonerating is meaningless almost. It's almost like asylum. When you got people talking about asylum, and there's got to be a prosecution. You can't just voluntarily leave because you can't find work, or you're scared of crime. You know what I'm saying? That's no just prosecution. That is a choice of leaving. Cause you can go, like I tell this man, I live in a dangerous neighborhood right here in the United States. Did I have there's two things you can do. You stay there and you see and fight to change the area that you're in, or you leave and you try to go somewhere safer and make more money. Because obviously, poor areas is going to be more prone to violence. It's what it is. But I definitely just want to just give that a little bit of taste into it. The Supreme Court. Now, like I said, do I agree? Now, I also want to talk about what this is something I wanted to talk about was how interconnected and how deep this human trafficking, this illegal migration, and everything going in. Because there was 18 Marines in California that got arrested for human smuggling, trafficking, abetting illegal immigrants. These immigrants was paying these soldiers $8,000 each to come across the border. And it was very simple. It was so simple how they were doing it. Like, they just took their regular car, they drove down to the border, they just went around the area near the border, picked up a few migrants that they need to pick up, and they drove right across the border with no problems, no hassles, no problems. So there's a deeper cooperation going on between these military personnel and some of the border patrol agents, because it was that simple to just cross the border. So they wasn't using like no 18-wheelers or tunnels. All they were doing is getting the back seat of your car or the front seat of your car and they just drive across the goddamn border like it's nothing, like any average person would. So there was an intricate part of the military. Now they're trying to make it a very small, only a small rogue of soldiers were doing this, but I think there were probably many more that embedded or had knowledge of the operation, or they also participated in some type of form. So very interesting, juicy stuff there. Um, so that's why I said this immigration, man, is deeper than what really perceived. When you have personnel from military, law enforcement, even border patrol agency. It's not just even though it's criminal, but a lot of this is by choice as well. So I mean, like I said, in some ways, I'm not a Trump supporter, but you gotta have to see, man, Trump is doing some things that I do have some favor of it. I mean, I'm not the only one that don't feel that way. But like the First Step Act, or even to his migration, these legal immigration stance. So, I mean, he's doing stuff in a very unilateral uh, moves that he's making that is somewhat of a beneficial to to citizens or ADOS. But yeah, I just definitely just want to just get my piece with that because, like I said, he won that case with the Supreme Court, so they're gonna just keep it moving. And I'll talk to you guys real soon, all right? One.